What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to Streamcast, a show on the internet where we watch the latest and greatest stuff on streaming services with you guys. I'm one of your hosts, Eddie, along with my bro, the inverted gamer himself, Sheps. How are you doing, Master Sheps? Hide yourself, the Inquisitors are coming.
Right, not good.
They're gonna stick you in an orange box.
So this is the thing, he said it's a tomb.
Yeah.
They look like they were in stasis to me.
That's what I took it as, but then what's the point of that? Because it's not
Why
like
keep 'em?
after Order 66 they come back.
Right, but then so you're like, okay, why keep them in stasis? Yeah, you don't want to do that. Why keep them like that and dead though?
At all. Why keep the bodies? And they didn't keep the body of that Jedi on
No, they did not.
Tatooine.
Also, all of these
Tatooine.
people look stuck in the moment that they were like zapped dead.
Yeah.
Or like zapped, frozen in the thing, you know? It's like carbonite. Clear carbonite or something, you know?
What was that?
Clearbonite. Like it's
Clearbonite.
it's
Go on.
so a lot of it doesn't make sense. I hated this episode.
This episode had some bad things.
The pacing is all off.
And
Anyone in the rebellion has never had an acting lesson before, other than that one chick who recognised from stuff who I can never remember her name.
yeah. I remember her from Luther.
Oh
She was Luther's wife. She's a very good actress, but
She's very good.
Yeah. But I tell you what, you know what I don't like about this episode the most? I don't like what it means for the entire series, because we have not moved far enough.
We passed the halfway point.
We're past the halfway point. We're past it, and we haven't progressed enough into the interesting part of what we were expecting the show to be.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, the whole Leia thing is great, and it's good that it's added more context for the future movies.
Yep. But this wasn't Leia. This was Kenobi.
And that's the thing, that's what it is. This is Kenobi. And the fact that you brought back Hayden Christensen, the fact that you're like, okay, it's Hayden, it's Vader, it's where he's the most angry, and this is going to give us the context in between both the things for Kenobi, the guy on the fucking, the title. And we haven't got even a hint of what's going to happen with them.
Yep.
We came up with the amazing idea of finding out more of the pain that Vader's going through.
Yep.
To give him a bit more character, especially for the next movies coming out. Well, next movies that are out already, the original trilogy. We're not getting any of that. And it doesn't look like we have enough time to do it.
There's 2 episodes left. The distribution, bless you,
Sorry about
the
that.
distribution of awesome has been thin. They took a little bit of butter and put it across too many pieces of toast. And with 2 episodes left, bless you.
Sorry about that again.
It looks like they're just trying to angle to make sure there is a second season, which I think was a mistake. It's an Order 1886 problem, which is they should have made an incredible season 1, leaving space for another season should it get greenlit. But they should have said the objective is to make this round out Kenobi's experience, so you can watch, go into A New Hope, really understanding stuff. And if we get another season, that's great. And then the second season has to have that same objective. I really feel like they've just decided to make 2 seasons plus. I'm not happy. Don't get me wrong, though. Everything Hayden, everything Kenobi, everything Leia, incredible.
Yeah.
Reva's decent in this as well. I liked her.
I was going to say, I liked a bit of her acting in this.
I like her now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like her now. But if we'd have started with this Reva, I'd like her. She's a good villain.
Do you want to know, this is a little bit of a tangential thing, but you know how you like, what was her name from One Division, the Afro chick?
Oh, yeah, Monica Dambo.
Monica Dambo, how you had hots for her and stuff
Hells
like that? Have hots for her, I should say, still going.
Hell's yeah.
You're still messaging her, she's not replying, but, still happening.
Oh, look, she's very busy.
She's very busy. I didn't feel anything particularly for Reva, just as she was going like there. I saw a couple of pictures of her at Galaxy's Edge. And she had, I don't know what you would search, but maybe Galaxy's Edge Reva's, whatever her character name is.
Yeah, I need...
If you see her, she's wearing a t-shirt and a green and yellow jacket in it, and her hair's a bit bigger. I felt something there.
Hold on. Actress.
I have to say,
What is her name?
What is her name? Let's see if we can find it here.
Is it Moses Ingram? No?
God, I had OG Mudbone up on my computer. That's a Patreon exclusive. You can't find out about
okay.
that.
It's her name is maybe I'm not saying it right. It's Moses Ingram.
That is it. That is her
Yeah.
name, Moses Ingram. Moses Ingram.
T-shirt, hair down.
T-shirt, head down. What?
What did you say? What was your? You said.
Type in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I did. But I don't know what I'm looking for.
Hold on.
What I want to see is her in the afro. I don't know why afros do it for me. It doesn't make sense. It's not like this is a new thing for me as well.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure it'll be up here somewhere. Anyway.
I kind of dig that though. That's her with like dreads. Oh, no, what happened there? There. That's a good shot. She's looking.
That is pretty nice.
She's looking
That is pretty nice.
tasty there. But like, this is the thing. She's actually pretty talented. She's really good in the interrogation with Leia.
Here we go. I saw his picture and I was like, hot damn.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the
Hello.
thing. Like, she's got the acting chops.
Yeah.
But she's dressed up really weirdly in the first 2 episodes, which it's very different. Her hair's different in this episode. I don't know what they changed.
Yeah.
But it's like before it's all done up, sort of on top, like a weird OG Will Smith. It's like a square braid.
Yeah.
And then in this episode, it's like,
Side of
yeah.
it,
Which weirdly adds to her power and presence, where before she sort of looked like, I don't know, a 13-year-old boy. It was weird. But she's really good. She's playing sinister. She's manipulative. She's great. Why couldn't we have that Reva for 3 more episodes? Why have we had this crybaby just trying to murder people in a bar, cutting people's hands off?
We get that Reva for the rest of the season now. Anyway.
Yeah, I liked Reva in this episode. I liked Leia. But then this is the thing. The big problem is you put anyone in a scene next to Ewan, and immediately they feel like a primary school drama club, and he's a masterclass act, and it's weird. And the pacing of this episode's so weird. Like the end, like we could have spared 2 seconds to see officer lady whose name I forgot. She's named, but I forget what it is.
I forgot her name as well. Every time I was like officer woman.
Yeah,
whatever
officer
her name
lady could have gone, okay, we're out, come pick us up or something.
is. Yeah.
Right? At least we'd know the ships were there, because it looks like the 2 of them decide they're gonna
Walk off the plank or something. What is it? You just walk into the end of the spaceport and there's nothing there.
So many confusions.
Yeah. Should we get into this episode, my brother?
Yeah, let's do it.
Before we do that, let's say thank you to our super bros who support us over at patreon.com/conversations. You guys are legends. Who support us at the $15 tier. You guys are great right here. Those great people are Diogo Dildo, Isak the Ultimate Cumsock, Sabine from Smallville, the Star Wars Encyclopedia, Adam Sunling, Catspud the Friendly Patron, Jeremy Renner, that's right, an official Avenger, Super Sus Ben Fryer, the Filthy Thief Fanatic, Joe McCormack, Clark, the 53rd, My Juicy Left Nut, the super sexy producer Sean, the fakest of Bat fans, Batfish, Mikey T, the gamer giant, and Kevin, the #1 simp.
Stupid. So stupid.
Of Xbox. Thank you guys so much for keeping the lights and mics on and the gaming going here at Conversations. I tried to make a joke that like, oh, it's empty, and then I tried to do a
Right.
joke, and then
Obviously
I
didn't work.
myself, and yeah, that's not really how it worked right there. Anyway, thank you guys. You can support us over at Patreon if you'd like your comments read out first, and also kinds of other exclusive access if you want to go do that. Patreon.com.
Did find a picture of Moses Ingram with the afro. So
Oh yeah.
thank you, Google.
Bookmark.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's something. Go check it out.
The real
Guys.
pity is she has the acting chops clearly from this episode, and that means we spent 3 episodes squandering her.
Yeah.
So
Kenobi episode 4 opens up with Kenobi waking up from his injuries on the ship with the rebel woman officer lady from the last episode.
yep, that's right.
And they get him off the ship and they're like, quick, get him to the Bacta tank.
Yeah.
And they put him in there, and there's this cool shot between him in the Bacta tank and Vader in his Bacta tank, and
There's a lot more
almost
parallels now because he's been burned. They're both suffering. We always get the impression, or you're supposed to get the impression, that Vader's always in pain.
Yes.
And now so is Ben or Obi-Wan, and they're like unconscious, and because at least Obi-Wan's unconscious, they're kind of sharing this now shared experience. It's another one of these. What do they say in those movies that we're never going to talk about ever again after this one point? The didact in the Force, whatever it is, the two thing with Ben and Rey. It's that kind of thing.
Did you get the feeling in this shot that he was somewhat connected to Vader at this moment?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what I got as well. And that was like one of the reasons why he like broke out of there straight away, because it was just sort of like he woke up from this pain dream that he's in because he's connected, and it was very impactful. I liked it a lot.
Everything Kenobi, everything Vader, everything Leia. Incredible.
What's really funny is that after this they'll do tests and they'll be like, so what parts of each episode did you like? And whenever it's like Kenobi and Vader, it's like this big peak, and then anything else
massive
it's like,
valley.
well, it's okay, not bad.
Right.
They'll be like, maybe we should have done a show about Kenobi.
Yeah, do you know? The research is all showing people would love to see an Obi-Wan Kenobi focused show. Maybe we should consider that for the next one. What are we gonna do in Kenobi 2? Who's gonna be the focus of that?
We'll make
Luke,
up another
maybe?
character. Don't worry about it. We'll make up another character. It's fine.
That Quinlan guy.
We're gonna bring that Hajar guy back.
right.
He wakes
Kenobi
up.
2: Adventures of Hajar, whatever his name is. Yeah.
He wakes up immediately, and straight away he like asks for Leia.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you need to get back inside. Your burns haven't healed. Body needs time to heal. It's like, where is Leia? And at that moment, I was like, yeah, bitch, you just left Leia.
Right.
Like, you didn't have her. You just left the planet.
In fairness, there's a lot of really bad writing in this. In fairness to Officer Lady, who does have a name, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Although all the troopers just call her Officer Lady.
Yeah.
Prime Vader's there.
Yeah.
Reva's there. Army of stormtroopers. I can understand cutting your losses in it.
I'm still going to be like, look, you didn't even go look for her. Granted, she doesn't really know the importance of
she's
her.
just some kid, yeah.
She knows the importance of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another thing as well. They're like, okay, fuck this girl.
This is
I don't even like women. I don't even like, I'm a woman.
Right. This is. I mean, if they kill Leia, it's just saving people from having arguments later down the road.
It's true,
right?
exactly.
Wow.
We are terrible.
It's a good thing we can't be cancelled, because we would absolutely be getting cancelled. A lot of the writing, and especially just about everything about the Rebels, sucks. This one thing I'll give them a pass. Like I said, she doesn't know who Leia is really. She doesn't know the importance.
Yeah.
Leia's immediately... When she left Leia, the next person she runs into is Reva, who's functionally a Jedi or Sith or whatever. Vader's there in full Merkage mode. Like, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's the only bit of writing that sort of makes any sense.
Yeah. We then cut to the Inquisitor base, and Leia is being held there by Reva and the other stormtroopers. And I love Leia in this. She's like, my father is Senator Organa. I am royalty.
Straight out of A New Hope. It's so good.
I'm princess of Naboo, because
That's
Naboo,
right.
okay, guys.
Yeah.
I'm princess of Naboo. And I'm just like, this is great. This is just great, right? It's perfect Leia right here. Anyway, she Reva comes in and she just doesn't give a fuck. She's like, hey, look, Obi-Wan is dead.
She says, okay, here's a bit of bad writing. She says Ben Kenobi is dead.
Yeah. I was like,
that ruins things, because
you're not supposed to
this
know
whole
Ben.
retcon is that Leia doesn't know Obi-Wan, she knows Ben Kenobi, which is why in A New Hope she jumps up at the name Ben Kenobi.
Yeah.
Now, Ben Kenobi, which is a name Reva shouldn't know, is dead. Reva knows a lot of stuff that she has no way of knowing. And now she knows he's also called Obi-Wan, which she didn't before, which made A New Hope make sense.
They messed up the retcon. retcon.
Frustration.
Basically says like, Obi-Wan is dead and no one's gonna come and save you, so you better talk. This is the thing like that. Anyway, we cut back to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan gets dressed and he heads into the main area of this base that he's in.
Yeah.
And he speaks to a dude that I guess is running the base.
Yeah.
Never seen him
I think this
before,
guy was at the food truck across the road when they were doing the thing, and they needed a rebel leader, so they just said, hey bro, we'll get your hot dog if you just would do the scene for us. Just
Are you free on Tuesday? Yeah, cool, come on.
Yeah, it does. We only need the one take as well. It's fine. You'll just get it.
He just turned up and he's the I guess he's the owner of the base or the leader of the base.
The operation or something.
And he goes to me. It's like we need to get to thing. I need to save Leia. And it's
The
like,
Empire's got her. Look, there's nothing you can do.
there's nothing you can do. Do you know what the Inquisitor's doing out there to anyone who can lift a float, make a rock float and stuff like that? It's like, no. And he tries to break through to him. At one point, he just walks away and he sort of puts his head down and he's like, it's like, you don't know what they'll do to her. I know what these guys will do to people like you.
I'm in.
And for that reason, I'm in. And it's like, hold on a second, hold on. Literally 6 seconds ago, you was completely against the idea of helping this
We're
man.
not helping. It's going to ruin the whole operation. But for the purposes of this show continuing through this episode, I'm down.
He didn't
I
even
had a wife.
I had a wife, and I know what they could. I know what they did to us. Did to people like you.
Did
Did you not have a wife 6 seconds ago?
Which side are you on in this again?
don't know what's going on.
And then they're like, oh, they took Leia here. They have no idea. How could they know this? To this Inquisitor fortress.
They're like, it's a water moon. This is the Inquisitor fortress.
Yeah,
and he says something.
he
weird,
says
like,
the
Inquisitor.
Fortress Inquisitorius or
Yes,
something.
that's
Like,
it, yeah,
okay,
yeah. I was like, and that guy
cool.
never comes back. So you're
Yeah.
like, was that your whole thing?
In fairness,
Just to put in that
fairness,
line.
he gets what he deserves. Reva throws a box at him and he explodes at the
Good
end.
point. Good point. Yeah, he gets it. So that's a terrible joke.
And then Officer Lady's like, oh my god, it's impenetrable. I can get you in, don't worry.
It's like, there's no shields. It's like, yeah, because no one's dumb enough to go up there. It's like, well, we can take some speeders and go at night, he says. And it's like, no one's going to do that. That's suicide.
It's suicide.
And he's like, don't worry,
Here's
I'll do
his
it alone.
other suicide plan then. Wait, what?
He's like, I'll do it alone then. But then the officer lady says, I'll go with you. I've got
I'll go with
officer
you.
credentials so I can get you through. Is your cover still intact? Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out. Okay, I mean, it's thin. It's real thin.
Real thin.
And all that good you were going to do, you're going to throw it away from me? Because she
Yeah.
doesn't know General Kenobi. The rebel guy knows General Kenobi for some reason. He calls him General.
Yeah, General, he calls him. And I'm
Which-
like, who the fuck are you?
Which I caught. But I feel like none of the rest of the freaking rebels knew.
No.
What? Okay. So...
If he respects him enough to call him General, you would think that then he would try to do everything to help him because this is a quite a big power.
One last
you know who
fight.
he is. He's powerful. He must. He can do a lot for you.
One last fight, attacking a key structure.
I'm not with you guys. Except my wife was one of you guys, so I'm with you.
It was
It's so
it was
weird.
awful. It was awful. It felt like, and I hate to say this, but it does feel like they spent all of the budget on Ewan and Hayden. Which don't get me wrong, that's the way to do the show. But like, maybe let's not do the CG for the speeders and stuff. You know, the ships. And instead, we get people that can do the acting because it's a human story. Star Wars has always been a human story. It just happens to be surrounded by spaceships and laser swords, but it's actually a human story. So
Exactly.
anyway, Officer Lady is like, "Yo, I'll take you. So let's go." And they take a ship.
Yeah, they're on a ship. And I
And
imagine it's an Imperial ship because how else did they
Yeah,
get
maybe
inside
her
it?
original ship from before.
Perhaps, yeah.
That explains how they got off world.
Yeah.
Because the Empire will have seen one of their own ships going and probably assume it wasn't Kenobi. But I would, if
Everyone's
I was
going this way and that one
if
ship's
I
going
was
that way.
Vader, I'd be like, "Yo, everything stops. That's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, I'll tear this galaxy apart for this guy. I know where he is. Like, no, stop everything." Have you heard of a barricade? So. Okay, thin, but they escape. So they take that same ship, presumably, to the base. On the way, Obi-Wan can barely make, like, some trail mix float. He's
like-
trying to grab... I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, it's just like a little box thing. I don't know what was. I don't know if it was meant to be anything or not, but
he's, like, I guess, practicing with the Force, and it doesn't work. Even though not 2 episodes ago, he stopped a whole child falling to her death.
yeah.
But now he can't make this little lighter move.
Moving just a little bit like that.
Weird.
Yeah. And she sees it. It's like your body needs time to heal, not just from the injuries, but from like what happened.
Yeah. Because, you close yourself off to the Force.
Exactly.
And then they get there.
They get there. We cut back to the Inquisitor lady who's brought the we
So-
come back to the Inquisitor base. Sorry, she lands on the base and she's walking through in her officer suit,
Yeah.
just like she owns the place. Keeps walking forward. Looks a little bit suspicious at sometimes, but she gets there.
Well, this is the thing that little things like this I'll forgive. Like the fact that the ship shouldn't be here, right? You think no one's checked flight logs? Like the ship shouldn't be here. There's an officer that shouldn't be here.
Oscar Whiskey, Mike Zulu 45.
Right.
Why are you here?
Right.
Why are you here? You're not scheduled at all.
Exactly. But she has actually got a good line. When she's stopped by Reva, this is cutting ahead a bit.
Oh, yeah.
She basically is like, yeah, I'm a spy. I infiltrated them. I've come with information. So it's a good lie for if she really gets caught.
Yeah.
And she starts that when she comes to like the metal detectors or whatever they are, which doesn't. Why those scanners? Because everybody's armed.
I'm very confused by that. Maybe I don't get it because also it didn't react when she went through. Maybe it's an identity thing it's trying to do.
But then why did the guy need her ID?
Yeah, this is a good question. And I this is the thing that I love about. It's been portrayed this way. I guess if you're going to be working for the Empire, you have to be the biggest asshole in the world.
Yes.
Because even though this guy is a subordinate, he's still acting like, I am the general of this place, and I will cut you down no matter what. It's like, excuse me, what is your identification? And it's like, I've got urgent information. Let's get through. It's like, doesn't matter. I need your identification. Gives it, and then still gives her shit. It's like, you're not assigned to this sector. It's like, motherfucker, do you see I'm your captain? I'm your officer. I outrank you, and then he suddenly turns into a little bitch, and I'm like...
That's the bit that bugs me, because it would have been more believable if he'd stayed an arsehole, because this is a top secret facility. He's... Underneath this thing is Jedi who are dead, or maybe not, who knows or cares.
Yeah.
For no reason. Like, this is top secret. This is super top secret.
Yeah.
This is the base of the Inquisitors. So, like, he's not going to get reamed out for making sure it's secure, even if this person is who they say they are, when they aren't on a log, don't have ID. Like, he'll be okay.
That bugged me as well.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so
still, she doesn't follow... It's not...
He should have, I think, it would have made more sense for this to start going, not pear-shaped, but for her to have had to be a bit more on her feet and say, like, okay, I've got classified information. He said, well, you need to call ahead. There are channels for this. And then she could have said, well, it can't wait. It's this class, and, like, take a punt. And the guy's like, I've never even heard of that. There's a reason you've never heard of it.
Yeah.
This is above your pay grade. Vader's coming. If you want to explain to him, and it should have gone to... The bluff should have gone to all in.
Yeah.
At this point. And then it would have made sense, because this guy just suddenly turns into, like, a sniveling little worm.
It's like, I'm just going to save myself the embarrassment because you're a ranking officer.
Right, because you're wearing a uniform and have ID, because that's not a thing we've had to deal with before.
Yeah, right?
Right? Anyway, she walks through the metal detectors that detect nothing.
Yes.
Goes and finds a communal computer.
Anyone
and then starts communicating with Obi-Wan in public, in the library. It would have been better if one of the guys, shh.
Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi, do you mind? Shh. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. I found the secret plans, Kenobi.
Master Jedi, leader of the Resistance.
Right? the guy not, like... Okay, it seems to be urinal rules, where, like, one guy's at a computer, they leave one, she goes to the next one, right?
A bit of space,
But she hasn't picked the full other side. No. She's one computer away.
It's way too close.
It's strange.
She opens up a portal for him to get in through.
I do like the plan. He's swimming.
Yeah, and that's
very episode cool. 1.
Very cool. He's got the breather on there. I guess it still works 10 years later, 20 years later even, because from the beginning.
I guess Rebel bases on desert moons just have diving equipment laying around.
It's like, I'll take my diving equipment to this desert planet, but just in case.
Somebody's kidnapped Leia. Let's see, essentials, blaster, lightsaber, Jedi robes.
Breather.
Rebreather, yeah.
So he starts swimming. I did like it. The fish swimming, it looked very realistic. It was very cool.
It reminded me of episode 1 a lot. Young Ewan and
She opens up a hatch. He goes in and he enters the base through a bottom area. Don't know what this area is.
Yeah, it seems to be like the recreational dive port.
Yeah.
Do you remember...
Do the stormtroopers do many, like, diving on their off time?
Do you remember Deep Blue Sea?
Yes.
With, like, LL Cool J and stuff. It reminds me of how they get in and out of that thing.
Yeah.
But why they have it here, which is ultimately a stasis place for dead Jedi?
Strange. They, Also, it's really funny. The Mustafar is like a lava planet.
Yes.
And the moon is a water moon. It's just an ocean.
This is how planets work in Star Wars. You have desert planet, Tatooine, lava planet, Like there's no, Naboo is just forests.
Yeah.
You know, like you only get those. I don't know why they do that.
So much green in this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes up from there, he takes out one of the stormtroopers, and we have some scenes going back and forth, which I think we can wrap up all in between, of Leia being interrogated by Reva.
I actually do want to talk about this a little bit.
Go on.
Reva starts... This is where Reva starts to become a good character.
Yeah.
Where she's trying to manipulate Leia, realizes that actually that she's got a good mind, but Reva's better.
Yeah.
She can maybe... She thinks. And then she opens up a little bit, more to disarm Leia than... You know, she's opening up and says how, like, you know, I can take this from you just like everything was taken from me. These guys aren't going to save you. They don't care about you. This is her experience as a youngling.
Yeah.
Right? We presume. It was really good.
Yeah.
And then, realizing Leia's not going to give in to that, she tries the mind thing. But Leia's mind be strong.
She looks
at this point...
looks at her in the face like, is this like a staring competition or something?
Well, you know, she's at...
Okay, all right, I get you, man.
You know, did you not... clock at the end, Reva's trying to pull stuff out of her head.
Yeah.
And then when she stops, like she's obviously fighting her.
She's like, you're good.
But it must be done very well because Reva doesn't clock that she's like insanely force sensitive.
That's the interesting part right there, because I thought she would have sensed something, but she seems completely unaware to it. So
the thing is,
either she's a shit Sith.
Yeah, it could be that. But we also don't know the rules for this mind extraction stuff.
Yeah.
Like it could be a case of very strong minds and strong wills can resist it. And if you're gonna, that definition of strong mind, strong will it's Leia Organa, right? If there's one in this galaxy, it's Leia.
Exactly.
So, you know, fair enough. But I would have liked to have seen her like raise an eyebrow, be like, now that's interesting.
Yeah, I get a feeling, a sense, or something like that.
Like, you're not just bait for Obi-Wan, are you? There's more here. I should dig into this after I send you for torture.
Yeah.
Which again, is like, okay, Reva really is not just like down to kill people. She's down to murder children. Okay.
She tries to get through to her one last time, and Leia, I don't know if she was fucking with her. She's very smart in this.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, all right, I'll tell you. Okay. Just so long as we can tell my father first, because we're on the same side, right? We're on the same side, right? It's like, and the way that Reva gets angry, she's like, okay, take her away. We're doing this the hard way.
Yeah.
I warned you. This was your last job. I'm sorry. You forced my hand.
I think that's actually one of those things I like about Reva here, where she's obviously impatient. She's trying to win and get Kenobi and please Vader, and she's in a very high risk, high reward situation. This kid's messing with her, and like she wants to kind of deal with her, needs the information, and also didn't want to go to torturing kids straight away, because she doesn't go to torturing kids straight away. She could have done it. It would have been a much easier option, although she does know she's the senator of and where was it? Alderaan. Yeah. She knows who she is. And she's like, you know what? Fine. I didn't want to, like I said, well, we'll just do it the hard way then.
Yeah.
She's at least human here, where before she's just petulant and doesn't really make any sense. Here, I don't know, I start to appreciate Reva in this episode, and it really bugs me that we had 3 episodes of her being shit.
Yeah.
You know, give me the Reva that taunts Obi-Wan, the Reva that kills that dude and steals Leia, and this version of her. Every other scene, delete that, give me that character in those scenes, we're good.
Yeah.
Frustration, man.
Takes her away, and let me just read my notes here. Meantime, the officer impersonator lady gets spotted by some guy.
Some guy's just like, hey, that's not your computer, that's mine. I booked it.
I booked it for today. And asks like, who are you? It's like, come with me and give me your identification. They go around the corner,
and she chokes him out.
Yeah, it seems like she chokes him out. You just see him passed out on the floor.
You can see it through the block. She's like got him in a chokehold, and he falls over. Yeah,
I didn't see that bit. Okay.
Yeah, but
she's on the floor. He's on the floor in the next scene anyway.
It's okay. I feel like someone's gonna notice this though. Yeah. You know. Oh God, what happened to that guy? He must have fainted.
Oh no! Someone put a wet rag on him quickly.
Right. In the meantime, Kenobi's like sneaking through.
Yes.
Kind of, somewhat getting directions from her a little bit.
Oh yeah, they're talking on the thing. Yeah. And at one point, he almost gets spotted. Two troopers come by, and he does use.
This
the
was very
Force.
clunky camera work, by the way, because the way it looks like is they're down a long alley or a long hall, and stormtroopers just walk up, and then he decides to jump out the way.
Yeah.
They actually come around a corner, but the shot that we see of their legs looks like they're walking down one hall. It's really not a very good shot.
It uses the Force to like push something on the other side, make a distraction. They go quickly, run away.
Yeah.
He jumps out. And I was like, okay, very Jedi-ish right
and at
there.
least we're starting to use the Force. This kind of reminds me of them escaping the trade ship in Episode 1.
Exactly. And this is the point where Leia gets taken off to... No, wait, I've gone back up. My apologies.
Yeah, Leia gets taken to that torture device that's clearly made for adults, but luckily has child-sized
Yeah, we have smaller restraints just in case. Just in case we wanted to go back to children, okay?
Well, I suppose it could be for different aliens stuff. You've got to be able to be like size.
What it is that they were making it. They made it for a human size, average human size, and then Vader came and was like, make sure we can do it for children as well. I've got a thing for killing children.
In case any of the younglings escaped. I know for a fact the younglings escaped. I memorized all their faces and they're not here.
And everyone was like, whoa.
Get me those younglings before they become middlings.
Vader be dark, what?
Right.
And then someone says, Padme. No. Anyway, while that's happening, Obi-Wan opens up a door that has red Empire logos on
Yes,
it.
it does.
Walks in, red lighting on the inside. So you know it's a bad area. You don't want to be in this area.
Yeah.
He goes deeper in, and that's where he sees...
It's not a prison. No, wait. It's weird because we assume it's a fortress to keep the Inquisitors safe.
Yeah.
And then it kind of makes it sound like it's a prison, but then it ends up being a tomb.
Yeah.
Tomb.
He walks in, and it's just orange boxes on each side with frozen, it seems...
But in the moment...
Yeah, they're like open-eyed. They're like... As if they'd been frozen right in the moment of their death. They're like, right there.
As
done.
if like Mr. Freeze came up with the freeze ray.
Exactly.
Right.
They're right there, and Obi-Wan says, "Oh my God, this isn't a base. This is a tomb." And at that moment, that's when the torture starts to begin for Leia.
It doesn't actually start, does it? He
it's
hears
like
them.
the thing sort of begins, and it's like it's turning in. And Reva's kind of like against it for a moment. She's like, "Look, you go. This is all you're doing. You forced my hand.
She's trying to get to talk without having to do it.
Exactly.
I think we're trying to establish on a rewatch, on your second watch of it, that Reva's not actually evil. She just is doing bad.
She's
things.
angry. That's what. She is.
Yeah, exactly.
She's very much Kylo
away.
Ren in it. Like I've gone down the wrong path, except Kylo Ren's actually.
You're doing a lot of bad stuff, but like you can be. I mean, at the end of the day, we're allowing Anakin to come back to the light, right? We're all okay with that, so we'll be okay with. Oh, she's not murdered a kid. She's just torturing one.
Exactly.
So like,
and even then, kids are pretty annoying. So I've got a kid. I shouldn't say that.
I mean, just make sure your one's not so annoying.
Yeah, just make sure, right?
And then she won't get tortured.
She might be. Oh, I was gonna say make sure she's like Leia, but Leia gets tortured. So.
And she's also pretty annoying sometimes. Well, some people think she's annoying. I think she's great, but
it's because she's a female. We need to make her like Luke. That's it. That's what.
There we go.
Anyway,
Reva gets called away.
Just as it's going, Obi-Wan hears almost like through the Force that Leia's in trouble.
Yeah.
And she says to things like, Officer Leia, I need you to make a distraction. What's going on? It's like, just do it.
Just
do something.
Pull a firearm or something.
Yeah, like shoot into the fucking air or whatever.
Desk
it is.
pop.
It's like, yo, she goes off, and then we see Reva gets called away. It's like, I was told it was urgent.
Yeah. And Reva's like, stop the torture. Don't ask her any questions. I'll do all the torturing.
I'll do all the torturing, and I want to see it happen, so I can enjoy this moment.
I might not be evil, but I'm definitely not evil.
Yeah.
You know?
So let's stop right here. Like, you keep an eye on. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, she gets called away, and it's freaking officer lady.
It's freaking officer lady, and she breaks it down. And the thing is that she starts laying out that she's like, Obi-Wan is here. The path base.
Obi-Wan's on. She names a place.
Yeah, Florum or whatever it is. And I was like, I don't know enough.
Phloem, Xylem. I don't remember my plant biology.
I'm like, these places weren't memorable enough to me to remember their names.
Right.
So I'm like, is she telling the truth?
Have we heard this planet's name before? Like, because a little bit of me is like, is she ratting out the base for the mission? Because it might be worth it. And it'll come across as true. She knows these guys are Force sensitive.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not a lie. It's a lie by omission.
Yeah. And they're not in immediate danger, whereas Leia is in immediate danger.
Right,
so.
exactly. This is a really bad situation. So, and okay, that's an interesting strat.
Yeah.
So for the purposes of the writing, I'll defend it and we'll say that's what she's doing, which is a freaking ballsy move.
Balls.
This lady's got huge balls.
It's like Uncle Owen.
Just how she gets those officer trousers on
I don't know.
in the morning is just...
Um,
And then the lady says, I can't, I like a lie. I can't tell if you're lying at me or for me. You're obviously a spy or something. She's like, yeah, damn straight.
I am. That's the whole. That's how I'm here.
Yeah. And I was like, that's a good way to go about this. Like, yeah,
She can
yes,
sense it.
I'm a spy. Yes. How do you think I got the information? Of course I'm a spy. It took me 2 years to infiltrate them and I couldn't be seen and blah, they would have killed me. I'm like, officer lady,
Solid work.
very well done. Drop the name Quinlan and she'll believe everything you say.
While she's giving the information, our boy Obi-Wan breaks into the room where Leia's being tortured.
Yeah.
Turns off the lights, leaves the red glow on the floor. That's
Of course. Yeah.
And in the darkness, pulls out his saber, takes out two of the.
I didn't love this, I have to be honest, because he kills one guy and then like disappears into the shadow, and the guy's like, "Where are you? We'll find you."
The light was over
Like,
there.
bro, you're easy mode NPCs. What are you doing?
The guy gets killed over here, and that's where the lightsaber was. And then when it goes out, he's like, "Well, he must have moved. He must be over here
I
now."
feel like this
So
is a
what's
Skyrim thing. He could have come in with 2 buckets and put them on their heads. Hey, who turned out the lights? You know? It was...
Oh, the worst stormtroopers ever.
they were not great.
Anyway, he gets her out, and it's like, "I'm here to save you."
Yeah.
Takes her out of the room, and they begin their mission of trying to escape. They the officer lady gets taken by the officers to get like detained.
Well, like Reva, first of all, again, she ends up with information that she shouldn't really have. Even if it's a gut call, it's not shown very well. But she basically calls her out and says, "I don't believe you." Officer lady does really well with her lies, basically, which I appreciate. Reva doesn't buy it, and she's like, "You know what? Torture anyway, and maybe it's true. If so, great. And maybe it's not. Well, then you've just tortured a spy. No harm done."
That's fine. No harm done.
Right.
No harm done. It's only a life. Who cares?
Right.
You
It's
know?
only a little bit, a light torture. She's
little
not
light
even a
torture.
child.
We'll make you semi-recognizable at the end of this. Don't worry.
Right. The plastic surgery that the Empire offers and the dental plan,
Solid.
you'll be fine.
Great. Don't worry about it.
Light torture.
Pulls out a business card, and it's like a typical doctor, Jewish doctor from
Yeah.
LA. It's like, here you go. But
Oy
the
vey,
best-
dentistry.
the best doctors in LA. We go. Anyway, they go out there, and as they're breaking out, Obi-Wan's spotted by one of the droids. One of those probe droids
Yes.
that go around. It's like beep, beep, beep. And then they try to run away from it, but they run into 2 guards. And this is where Obi-Wan kind of comes back.
Yeah,
He pulls
it's
out the
rusty, but he's back.
Yeah, especially in the beginning. He pulls out his lightsaber and he's like trying to deflect bolts. He
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
do it in the beginning, but then he gets 1 or 2 back.
Yeah.
One of the shots just accidentally goes past him and hits the droid, so it's not really him, but there. But then after
Well, it's
he
one of
does
those cases of like, he knows it's coming, so he dodges, but he didn't mean for it to hit the droid, but it did hit the droid, and so it was kind of him, but he's still
Yeah.
getting back in the groove and warming up. Yeah.
And when he kills all those 2 people, he
comes back and he does the flourish,
He does the flourish where he flips it over, and I was like, "Oh!"
and then he's
Oh,
like,
boy.
"Oh wait, that's right, we need to escape.
We need to
Leia, quick!"
Grabs her, goes around the corner, and I think at that point as well, Officer Lady knocks out the 2 stormtroopers
In armor. Yeah, this
by
was rough.
grabbing their helmets. I don't know what she does.
This was rough. The thing is, at least in the cinematic universe, it's never been established how easy those helmets are to get on or off, or what they do. So what would have been cool is if she'd have reached under and flipped like oxygen leads or something, and
Yeah.
we could have had, like, you know, Predator when he removes his helmets. Yeah, could have done that, and they could have started freaking out and being like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, we need to fix this." And then she could have grabbed the guns and killed them. Instead, she like tickles their chins a bit and they fall over. Weird.
Oh,
Oh, that's a spot. I've had an itch there all day. You know, like it's
bit strange, yeah.
bit rough. Yeah.
And then he goes down another alleyway, and
More guards.
More guards coming down. One of them's one of the black stormtroopers. What are they called again?
Oh, Death Troopers.
Death Troopers. That's
Yeah.
it. Death Troopers.
And Reva as well. Was there.
And Reva as well.
No, wait.
Oh no, Reva comes
Reva,
later.
not
Reva
Reva,
comes
yeah.
later. She was walking with them, but she peels
yeah,
off
she
to go
sends
somewhere
them
else.
to do something. Yeah.
Exactly. They go down there, and he's then deflecting bolts. He's deflecting them like off to the side and behind him and in front and whatnot. He's actually there's 2 guards that come behind, and he manages to,
Get them
without
as well, yeah.
looking as well, deflect one of the bolts back to him.
pretty
I was
sick.
like, Oh, here we go, boys. Here we go.
We're coming up to prime General Kenobi. Okay.
And just as he does it, he deflects one of the bolts and it accidentally hits one of the windows.
window, yeah.
And they're underwater, so this is a bad situation
It's
to be
pretty a pressurized situation, isn't it?
in. Leia spots it. She's like,
Ben the window. Or did she call him Ben or Obi-Wan?
I think it was Ben.
Yeah, we'll say Ben.
I'm
I'm gonna pretend because it was good writing a previous episode ago that she doesn't know he's Obi-Wan. That's Ben Kenobi.
Yeah. He hits one of the bolts that they're shooting, like directs it towards one of the panels, so it closes the door so those troopers don't come, and he holds back the water coming from.
This is the same man
walls.
that couldn't levitate a lighter.
2 seconds ago, right? I'm having a feel. Maybe the adrenaline of fighting got his feeling back. Maybe
He remembered what it was like to be a Jedi and not a little bitch. And because I believe Obi-Wan Kenobi can hold back the water, hold that window together enough to hold back the water, right? I believe he could do that. I don't believe what we've been shown of this Obi-Wan, that this guy can do it. Which I would if we'd have seen him powering up and like, because of the necessity of a Skywalker child being in danger, he's willing to blow his cover to make sure that the only thing as important as Luke Skywalker is Leia Skywalker. He might just have to, right? I could believe that guy can do this. This version, who could barely like hold a lighter, it's just a little bit weird. He's getting like buffed, nerfed. It's weird.
He holds it back, and right when that's happening, the officer lady comes in, takes Leia. He's like, "Take her. I'll hold it back." They manage to get out to safety. We're like behind the door, but like holding it open for Obi-Wan. And the troopers are coming through the other door that he just closed.
Yep.
And he times it well. Just as soon as they're coming through, he lets go of the water, breaks the rest of the windows as well to flood the place, and runs for the door and makes it out.
He just makes it. One thing I wanted to mention, which I totally forgot. You know when he comes into the base having swum?
Yeah.
He drives off real fast.
Yes.
Real fast, because he's dry. You know, you would think there'd be like wet footprints or something.
I was gonna
say
say
he's not even damp.
The same thing happened kind of in episode 1 when they go into the Gungan City. They show themselves a little bit.
Well,
wet,
at least in that they go through the weird shield bubble. I'm like, okay, maybe the bubble dries them
it
off.
dries up. That's what I thought. But in this, there's no
that
bubble.
doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. He just comes out dry.
He just does the dog shake thing and it all comes.
Mate,
off.
space water's way better than our water.
Ain't it? Fuck. This water is too wet.
Right?
Their water is nice and dry. Space water. Imagine you drink it trying to quench your thirst. Out there.
It's so dry.
Still so parched. Do you want to hear a funny fact I heard the other day? Apparently, whale milk is like over 50% fat. So it's almost cheese. It comes
basically
out like
butter,
It comes out like toothpaste, apparently. And I was like, could you imagine seeing that in the sea?
Oh, mate, maybe that's how they make you. Like, I can't believe it's not butter. It's because it's not.
It's
It's
not.
whale boob juice. What does a whale boob look like? How do they get milk? I've got.
They're like mammals, aren't they? So they're
They must, but I've never seen,
I've never seen a
whale
tit.
boobies.
Never seen a tip.
Whereas, like, sorry, boys.
I've
just
seen
to
many whale vaginas.
Well, like,
but not.
like, for example, dogs and cats. Like, you can see when they've had litters, you can see. Oh, that's where they go. That's where they right. Fair enough. Now we've got to make another sus Google search.
Here we go. Just close my
Whale boobs.
whale boobs.
Milk. It literally says the first thing I put whale milk cheese is the very first thing that came up.
There you go.
Whale
Oh my god, what is
boob.
that? It's like
There's
a hot air balloon.
That's
Wait,
terrible.
who made that? Anyway,
I need to see whale.
I can't see the boob, but I can see them suckling on a
Yeah,
whale.
I just googled whales suckling, but all they do is just put their face next to their mum. It's
Oh dear God.
see now the real question is: would you like to be a whale? And the answer is Jesus Christ. The answer is no, because no boobies to play with.
No boobies
and
to
even
play
if
with.
there were, no hands. You know, you're flippering boobs. You know, no
There
good.
you go.
No good. And all in wet water as well, not even that dry
yeah,
space water.
in dry water it'd be cool.
Right?
All right, guys, we're moving on. What was he doing?
No idea. Kenobi
He locked the
gets
he closed
out,
the door
yeah.
with the water behind it. They were like, oh, it's not gonna last long. Put this jacket on and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, this was a little bit rough. Two things. One, I'm not sure what Disney's doing, because we're seeing some sort of violence. Like that one guy got cut in half. And then worse than that, I thought, was we're seeing these troopers drowning.
They proper show it like,
Yeah. And I'm like, cool, I don't mind it. It's dark. I'm all for it. But then they go back to like kiddie violence. Like, are we doing it or not? Like, let's do one or the other.
do you know what I think their rationale is? These guys aren't people.
Because they have no faces. You never see their face.
Exactly. You don't see them. They're in body armor.
Right.
Is it a person? You don't know.
Right.
Do we ever see blood? We don't.
Right.
That's the way they're rationalizing it. Well, to be fair, they should just change all the blood to white liquid. So.
Oh, right. I totally agree.
Oh, I got this coming out my mouth. No! Oh no!
Oh, imagine a nosebleed as well.
Oh,
What are they going to do? You know, like
The
people get
period is
bloodshot
just-
eyes.
It's just coming out of its very
If you get bloodshot eye.
It's like, oh. That's awkward right there.
Imagine Casino Royale.
Mads Nicholson.
Hold on a minute, Mads.
What? Are you? What?
Back to Kenobi, boys.
Back to Kenobi.
Yeah, so the plan is that Leia's just going to huddle next to Obi-Wan in an overcoat.
That's the dumbest thing. So the thing that happens here is that their plan is they're going to leave through the front door. The officer Leia's dressed in an officer outfit. Thing's got an officer hat on, but he's got like an overcoat, trench coat type thing. And Leia is inside the coat.
Now,
and I'm like,
the crazy thing is they're now both dressed as officers.
Yeah.
And Leia's in handcuffs. They couldn't just march the prisoner to a ship.
right? It's far less suspicious doing it this way, though. 4 legs walking, 2 little legs.
And also Leia now and again.
Yeah, right? They could have done like sit on top of a Leia's shoulders and then just be like, oh,
Right.
this is the taller person.
Yeah, I'm just really tall.
Really small legs.
Ben, I think we should have done it the other way around.
Anyway, they make it halfway and Reva comes out and she's like, you traitor, or whatever she says. Like,
Yeah, something like that.
And everyone's alerted to, okay, these are the bad guys. Everyone turns on them. They're severely outdone.
Yeah.
This is the end of it.
That's it.
It's like, well, I guess that's the end of Obi-Wan
We've
Kenobi.
got you now. But luckily, out of nowhere.
Two
But these guys,
speeders.
by the way, specifically said they weren't going to help, didn't they? I feel like they did say they weren't going to help. It's a suicide mission.
2 speeders come out of nowhere and they start shooting up the base, and that's enough for them to scatter a little bit and shoot the remaining guys that are paying attention to them.
I guess.
They manage to get to the end of the port, and one of them drops down quite hard, actually. Drops down
Yeah,
quite
it does,
hard.
yeah.
And then they jump into the cargo port in the back,
Feels like it.
and they start to fly off. And just as they're about to fly, Reva gets really close and is about to attack them.
And this other guy's like, I'm just going to fly hit, stop dead, shoot at Reva. And by the way, I feel like Reva got done dirty. The actress got really done dirty here with like just shit direction and not enough takes to get this fluid.
Yeah.
Because it feels like she's doing stuff with there's nothing there.
It did. Do you know what? It would have been way more badass if she had continued running forward.
I agree.
And like 1 or 2 bolts deflected with
Yeah.
her thing like that, and maybe used a bit of a force slap to slap it in another direction, and then she just missed them at the end. I'm like, oh.
I think that's exactly what I would have
Damn
done,
it.
is had it where...
But instead, it's like, oh.
Right, and it feels weird. It feels like she's doing this in front of a blue screen, which in fairness they all are, but maybe she didn't get enough takes at it, or they picked a bad one or something. And what this dude's doing in the space, he just stood there. There's TIE fighters everywhere. I mean, they're docked. There's dudes presumably going to be shooting at him in a second.
Yeah.
He just stood there. Weird. And then he's like, okay, guys, we'll leave. And they goes to leave, and Reva just throws something at him.
Like an explosive box or whatever.
Yeah.
It's red, so you know it's explosive.
That is the universal sign for explosions.
Exactly. Throw it at the thing, and that guy dies. He gets blown into
Yeah,
the water.
oh no, what a loss. The weird thing is, they show us that the other rebel bitch cares, We don't care about any of these people.
I don't know. I knew him at least. At least he gave one poor line before.
He named the Fortress Inquisitorius or something, right? Like,
it sounds like a Harry Potter movie.
right.
It's like,
Fortress It's Inquisitorius, not Inquisitorius.
come on now. Yeah, so she's really sad about it. They dock into a ship, and then the ship takes them off somewhere else. And the main guy that wouldn't help, that did want to help,
comes out and is surprised that guy's dead, even though he must know that a second ship didn't dock, didn't see it on the radar, heard him go, "Oh God, I'm going down, help me, we shouldn't have helped this guy out." Blah.
It's like, where's
that unnamed extra 3?
So guy. It's like,
didn't make it.
I guess we're all soldiers now. I'm like,
if we cared, this might be good.
I can't believe it.
We don't care.
I am shocked right now to my core.
We're so shaken. Anyway, we don't care. And then freaking officer lady goes and like, "Oh, let me help this one bitch who was like, did she have a relationship with the other guy? We don't know. We don't care." But she's upset. Gives her like whiskey or water.
It looks like a whiskey flask.
It's really dry liquids in space.
It's more dry water. It's like, why would you give me this? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's all we got. I don't know.
The worst thing is as well, that scene, which we didn't care about to begin with, is immediately invalidated because we see a shot of down that like gangway.
Yeah.
Officer lady is helping this one chick whose name we don't know and don't care about, and Kenobi and Leia are sitting there. And to me, that whole left side of the shot with Kenobi and Leia, has all this emotion and life in it.
Yeah.
And there's basically, these guys could be a pillar. Or like a seatbelt. They're
one of the 4 pillars. Yeah.
Even more useless than what they are right now.
Even more than that.
Like they're just completely ignored because they don't matter. We don't care. And the scene is so much better on the left side of the screen than on the right. And there's just this cute scene where they like kind of hold hands.
Yeah.
And then back at the Fortress Inquisitorial Death Palace thing.
There's
Vader.
about 6 seconds of really awesome Vader here.
Oh, man.
He just walks in like a fucking force. And he's like, "I have tolerated your weakness for long enough. Grabs her by the throat in the air, squeezing. And she's just like...
She tries this, she's like... And then Vader's like, "Oh yeah, people need air to speak. Let's see what you've got to do."
I let them go. And then sort of like, let's go. It's like, I put a tracker on them. So we'll know exactly where Kenobi is and the base is, and we can take them all at once and end this once and for all. I may have underestimated your
ruthlessness or something. The weird thing is, fifth brother goes. One of them says, "How do you know?" And she goes, "Wherever he goes, the tracker goes." I knew immediately where it was.
Yeah.
And there's no way she could know this at all.
Yeah. She's like, "I put a tracker on there." I was like, "Where would you put a tracker?" And it's like,
"Oh
are you
yeah,
sure,
the bot that she."
Are you sure it will track Kenobi? And then the way she says where he goes, the tracker will go. I was like, that's kind of like saying no, but yeah.
Yeah, you didn't exactly say yes, even though regardless of what you've admitted to, you think Vader's going to let you off the hook because you didn't legally say yes, it's on Kenobi. Yeah. Also, Kenobi's now the most wanted man in the galaxy, trying to protect his little girl. You think reasonably that they're going to stay together very long? I wouldn't. I would get her to safety and then leave. Anyway.
The fifth brother, though, is funny in this. While Reva's getting strangled, he's probably like...
He's like, "Hey, yeah, get fricked, Reva." Yeah, check this out.
And when he
it would have been fun. I bet in an extra there's him just selfie. He was
Reva getting fucked.
Vader's freaking awesome.
Yes. And he is a force to be reckoned with. He's just so fucking.
My big issue is that they made such an issue out of Reva being a weakling. The other Inquisitors, which I think is a mistake. I think they should have said, "You might be like strong with the Force, but you're still the least among us," because they've made her seem by far the weakest and by far the least well regarded. Yeah. Which kind of devalues Vader, because of course he can stomp all over any of them. But now he's beating up the weakest. Yeah. Where I feel like if we'd have had an impression that she was quite strong as far as Inquisitors go.
It's the Kylo Ren thing. Kylo Ren was strong, but reckless and emotional. Yeah. No one ever said he was nothing, and he's the least of everyone. He was the top. He was the one that was leading the First Order and whatnot.
Exactly. And he let himself down by being weak and emotional. But with Reva, it's like we get the impression that she's the weakest and the least in control of herself, and also has the least sway in the Brotherhood or whatever it's called, the Inquisitors. So it's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
Anyway, we then cut back to them on the ship, and we see the droid wake up, her Lola droid, and it's got red eyes. That's how you know it's bad.
It's true. That is how you know. Hated it.
It's not the best.
Really disliked this episode.
There was cool stuff like the Obi-Wan,
like 3 seconds. That was nice. I appreciate it. 3 seconds of Vader is enough for me to do it maybe 2 or even 3 times if I can recharge fast enough. Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty much it.
Like you, I'm a bit worried. We've got 2 episodes left to make this anything significant with regards to Kenobi.
There was nothing wrong. Like I don't mind there being a let's get Leia home situation. Her life.
That makes sense.
That's fine. She's important. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean she's a Skywalker.
But that shouldn't have been the focus of Kenobi.
I totally agree.
Granted, it gives it retcons in the idea that he did help during that time, and that's why he's important to Senator Organa and Leia and all this stuff. All
stuff that we forgave anyway in the movies.
Exactly.
Like her British accent.
You decided to, you decided to put in this information we didn't need, but you did it anyway, and it's cool. But really what we wanted was the thing that you set up was Hayden Christensen coming back, Vader coming back. Palpatine is supposed to be around as well somewhere. This is the thing. And he's just going to be a one-time cameo appearance.
The thing is, I liked them using Leia to get him off-world. But the point of that whole thing should not, although I actually have really liked Leia, the point of this story, because it should be a Kenobi story, is getting him off-world so that there can be the cat and mouse of Vader.
Yeah.
That's the real thing that needed to happen here, because it would also set up a Vader show. And really, this has been Leia, right? Which I've really liked, but it was supposed to be Kenobi. And I don't think we have enough time to square this circle of getting her home safely, having the cat and mouse with Hayden, and then, here's the big rub, is that Vader assumes Obi-Wan's out there. Now he knows, and he has all of the resources of the Empire, and he's Darth motherfrickin' Vader. We need a good reason for him to stop looking. Right?
Yeah.
Because if Leia's about 10, we've got about 8 more years until A New Hope.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a massive hole that we've opened up trying to retcon smaller holes from A New Hope.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried. There's definitely not time in these 2 episodes, and now I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be super hopeful for the 2nd season actually being a Kenobi story.
Yeah.
Real pity, because Ewan's incredible, Hayden's incredible. I don't remember her name, but she's only female, so Leia's incredible. Officer Lady's pretty good. And Reva's good when she's given good writing. So there's a lot of good in it. Forget literally everybody else, though.
Yeah, don't see anyone else being important.
Tell a lie, the 5th brother, he's good.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything, but
I also like the loader as well, the robot that we saw in the last
Yeah.
yeah. That acting was like...
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We won't look into how he could escape at walking pace, but forget that.
Don't worry about it.
Because of this little bonfire.
Let's kick it over to patreon.com/conversations, where you guys can write in if you're a patron and have your comments read first. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting us. Gams True Gamer Master writes in and he says, Part 3. Good day, boys. This week's episode was pretty good, in my opinion. It's what happens when you're upside down.
All the blood rushes to his head. By the way, talking of... No, nothing. He's got a sick sleeve. You should check out the show and tell.
I saw it. Yeah, the Darth Maul on his sleeve. It's great. No. It's great. It's great.
Which, by the way, 2 episodes. How are we going to get Darth Maul into here?
Right. G'day, bros. This week's episode was pretty good, in my opinion. Not great, but certainly not bad. Definitely the weakest, but so far. You just said everything in one. Every opinion in one sentence.
Yeah. I hate it, but it was pretty good. I do love it, but I didn't like these things.
This was everything it needed to be. So no real complaints. This is weird. The comparison between Kenobi and Vader in the back to tank was pretty cool.
That was sick.
The third sister was great here, and her interrogation of Leia, she was menacing and cunning the whole time. Just
totally
what we wanted to see from her. Leia pulling the "wait till my father hears of this."
I love that line. I was like, yes, we're back to A New Hope.
Was great touch, and her sassiness was shown greatly. Once Reva had enough of Leia's bullshit, her cruelty coming through by wanting to torture her was amazing. Obi-Wan, and her name was Tala, the officer woman.
Unnamed officer lady one.
Obi-Wan and on that unnamed officer woman one. The Inquisitor's HQ was great, except for the couple blind stormtroopers.
Yeah, what was with that?
Come on, guys. He's right there. After saving Leia, the action was great. Seeing Kenobi hack and slash his way through stormtroopers, muster enough power to hold back the water was awesome. Finally reconnecting with the Force. Vader being furious at Reva for letting them escape was brilliantly scary. The fifth brother revealing in the idea... Vader may kill... reveling, my apologies. Yeah. Reveling in the idea that Vader may kill... Honestly, that was so good. Just this little smirk. It was like...
It was good. Also, like, he's got a great presence because of that weird, like, alien/robot vibe that he's got going. Sorry, boys. By the way, I just Googled her. I was trying to find her name, but I guess I was on the image search from the whale tits. So I Googled, Tala, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And obviously there's pictures of her because she's kind of hot. And I forgot about this image, and it fucks so hard, is the Vader in front of the fire, and I've just been staring at it while you're reading, so I'm sorry, Gams Master, but I wasn't paying attention.
Reveling in the idea that Vader may kill her just to have her be praised for forward thinking with the tracker to find the path was base was gold. The Jedi tomb was chilling, seeing Master Shinobu, someone from Rebels, maybe.
I don't know, man. I assumed one of those was a Jedi Master because Obi-Wan seemed to know that one chick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He says, "Watch Clone Wars, you bastards."
I refuse.
It's animated. We don't care about anything animated.
It's true. On that note, Anime Club Season 2 is coming back with...
younglings were there too. Oh well.
Yeah, that's weird.
No one cares about
because
younglings.
This is exactly my question about this thing, because there was a youngling in Jedi Temple garb from the Jedi Temple. Why is he here?
That should have been killed many, many years ago and then just left there.
Right, exactly. Why did they go, let's pick up this one kid, pose him so he's surprised, and put him in this orange...
Maybe it's like really weird space taxonomy.
Oh shit!
You think? It's like, this is the game I hunted as a youngling, as you can see right here.
The best game hunts you back. What better thing to hunt than the Jedi themselves?
What Obi-Wan didn't realize at the end of this corridor is actually Vader's study, and this is like the prize room.
Yeah, it might as well have like Ki-Adi-Mundi's heads and like Mace Windu and stuff, just like.
Oh god, if he's taken the time to pick up younglings, surely he's picked up Mace Windu's body, if he's even dead. Anyway, overall there was some cool stuff, but this episode felt a bit rushed. Yeah. It was okay, like I said at the start.
It needed to be half an hour longer, didn't it?
Yeah. These episodes are short, aren't they?
They do feel it.
Like I said at the start but the episode was exactly what it needed to be, and we could have had more. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel, but I feel kind of cheated when Disney said all episodes would be an hour long, right? This is definitely not an hour long.
Yeah, it's like a 4TV hour.
Yeah. This was 40 minutes, and then that also included the credits.
Yes, it did.
That's it from me, boys. Hopefully a better, more action-packed episode next week. Take it easy. Thank you very much.
Gamer, thank you, bro.
Yeah, all right. And you guys can write into Patreon as well if you're a patron, too. Heading over to Discord.
That's right. Let's have a look. Dark Diogo Computer Lad says, I like the part when...
Read it out this time. Let's do it.
I like the part when Maeve showed up to slap the shit out of Black Noir using a peanut snack. Really weird. There's no Obi-Wan or Vader yet. Eddie think. Must be saving it for the last scene of the season.
Must be.
That actually makes about as much sense as this episode did. So, to be fair. Hold on a minute. BS bro number 1, Senor Alpha Aquila himself says, okay, fine. So you've been sticking to Kenobi. That we can forgive, but you'd better give us a Hero-gasm streamcast at a minimum, just because that's perfectly made for conversations. What the frick is Hero-gasm?
Hero-gasm.
The hell is he talking about?
We only do PG-13 stuff over
It
here.
releases on Friday. On the Friday that the final final Kenobi streamcast releases, be unforgivable if you miss that one single episode of Hero-gasm streamcast. P.S. I wasn't expecting to see Jake. I didn't see Jake in this episode at all. There were no hippos.
in this one.
Yeah, no hippos. Weird.
Yeah, one of the aliens in the tombs, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
Hen.
I hate you, Ben, so much.
He wrote it and he goes, "Holy shit, Superman is back! Henry Cavill's mustache CG is hardly noticeable, and the man is a beefcake. The dialogue is insanely good, especially Gal Gadot's line, Kal-El, no!" Impeccable acting. Ben Affleck is so physically captivating in this scene. The do you bleed line from Soup. I think that was from Batman.
Should be from Bat, yeah.
Followed by his quip, "Yeah, something is definitely bleeding." Poetic cinema right there, and I adore it. I just love the sequence more than the entirety of BVS. Forgot to mention earlier, Steppenwolf, incredibly threatening
He says
villain.
Stephen Wolf.
Stephen Wolf. His design is so much better than that Schneider cut version, but super interesting to see where it goes. Oh, and hashtag The Boys Season 3 streamcast.
You know what's really
hashtag
annoying?
Hero-gasm streamcast.
What's really annoying is I know you're all watching Kenobi. Why are we doing?
Why are we... And it's 2017 Justice League as well.
It's awful. I hate you so much. Cryptic goes, hashtag Miss Marvel streamcast, hashtag Obi mid Kenomid, hashtag Mid Wars, hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League sucks. Like, but we're all watching it. You know you're watching it.
I like that Obi mid Kenobi.
Obi mid Kenomid. BS Bro number 3, 56 says, "Hello there, and welcome to Black Screen Bro." Oh God. The streamcast review of Kenobi, finally written live as I watch it
2 weeks
again.
in a row. I haven't got it now. 2 weeks in a row. Here we go.
Finally. Before I start, I'd like to formally apologise for or is it Hen? Writing about Justice League. I suggested it as a joke, and he didn't stop. Now on to The Mandalorian
your
Season
fault.
3, Episode 3.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
What's he doing? What? Do you know what they've done? They've all got together and are like, fuck it, let's send in reviews of shit that we aren't even... Not
Of
even
other
Kenobi,
stuff,
of
yeah.
other shit, and they've just done it. And I think it's to rebel against us for not doing The Boys and doing Kenobi instead.
It wasn't out!
It wasn't out!
It wasn't out, and then they dumped the first 3 episodes in one go. What are you going to do?
And also, Kenobi was pitched to be the best.
It was supposed to be the best show. It was supposed to be the best of us.
We just didn't know.
It was
You
supposed
were
to be
the chosen
balanced.
one. Supposed to bring balance to the Force, not just try it.
So good to see Mando and Grogu back after Book of Boba Fett. Can I just say, Mando's N1 Starfighter looks amazing. Have you seen the?
I've seen Mandalorian, yeah.
Have you seen the Book of Boba Fett as well?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay,
I hear it's good.
it's good. I can't wait to finally pick up the Lego Star set. Mando is so cool with the Darksaber. I hope Bo-Katan doesn't get it back. Also, Bo-Katan is played by Katie Sackhoff, who
Oh, yeah. She was in Mando.
was that Joey Beatty, star of Netflix's The Witcher in the background? I don't know, bruv. Yo, John Cena and Star Wars. Why are we reading this? Let's read the Kenobi reviews.
Yeah, okay, forget it. Okay, are you done now, right? You're done.
Mario says, this time...
Shall I read this one? Or do
Yeah,
want to read it?
you do this one, I'll do this one.
Hello there! 5380 is back once again with his thoughts on the episode. This time, I didn't leave with any confusing or conflicting thoughts. I enjoyed this episode throughout.
See, the guy has no taste.
He has no taste. He does. Really have no taste. I was expecting / hoping for some flashbacks to the Clone Wars when Obi-Wan was in the Bacta tank, but I suppose they did it because you guys won't handle the awesomeness of it. And also because it's from animated stuff and we don't care about
Right, no one
animated.
cares about that.
Anyway, love that Obi-Wan basically looks exactly like he does in episode 2 with the mullet.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a mullet.
I don't think so, man. And the Jedi robes, except the dark version of it. Sort of anti-1 Kenobi. Motherfucker. Anti-1 Kenobi. Here we go.
I hate
Leia-
you all so much.
Isn't it so
Especially
terrible?
you, Mario.
Oh, I hate Mario as well. Young Leia continues to be that girl boss that she is, and she stays true to the character. It's sick. Love that they kept the look from Fallen Order with the Fortress Inquisitorius.
Yeah.
Looks almost clitorius, and didn't and didn't do a complete overhaul with it. The dead Jedi was a shocking thing to see. One of them was from Clone Wars, and was an amazing character.
Oh,
But
not
you guys-
Quinlan.
Not Quinlan, no. You guys wouldn't know about that. Anyway, everything else was great. Even got a little worried for Leia at one point, but Vader stuff at the end was on another level. Hope we get more of that next episode. Also, I think you guys need to need to sort something out with your delivery owl. I still haven't received my invitation to the podcast. Crazy, right?
Crazy.
Right? And he's also got an angry thing.
Yeah, the angry Mario. I saw that.
Yeah, that owl is just terrible sometimes.
It's just lazy, is what it is. Antijuice says, it was a decent episode, probably the best so far. Why are you trolling? Vader's scene was the best part, to be honest. I'm hoping we get a flashback soon, but it really would have made sense to be in this one, given the back-to-tank scene. Hopefully the last 2 episodes bang.
Reese, not Reese, says another great episode. Lots of tension and action from start to finish. Shit's starting to ramp up now. Obi-Wan really starting to get his strength back. Lots of hype all around. And bro, Kryla. That last scene, Kryla. She holds the hand, Kryla. I love those fictional characters, Kryla. It was quite touching.
It was a really nice scene, yeah.
Later edit, just realized this in the second time in 5 years that a Jedi just swarmed into a Fortress Inquisitorius and covered their escape with a flood.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what happens at the end of thing, isn't it?
yeah. Okay. The plot armor. I do love you.
Batfan, you can get fricked. Alpha, you can get fricked. Tone, at least it's relevant, says, Kenobi sucks. I will not elaborate. What is that? A gorilla? And Adam says, good episode. Rest in peace, Jedi Master Terra Sinube. Rest in peace.
Harambe.
Rest in peace, Harambe.
Rest in peace, Harambe. Rest in peace.
I did see a meme on TikTok where it was like your kids come to play COD in like 2070 and they ask you to play and you have to do the first mission where you snipe Harambe to kick off the 2020s.
That's hard. That's hard right there. All right, guys. That is everything from this episode of
That's right.
Kenobi. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Join us next week for episode 5, the penultimate episode. And if you want to write in, you can do on Discord, or if you're
That's
a
right.
patron, if you want to become patron, you get those read out first. Head over to patreon.com/conversations.
Yeah.
And if you want to head over to our channel as well, we've got gaming stuff over there. Really cool shit. You can subscribe, and it's free.
That's right.
It's cool. And much better
it's
than-
free.
Yeah, okay, let's hold it there. I was going to say much better than this place, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's for sure. So
But I mean, that's setting the bar.
really low. Really low. All right, guys, we'll catch you all in the next one, all right?
Later, boys.
See you later, boys.